Hello guys, welcome back to another one of our kitchen labs. This is lab number 20. We're going to be doing titration indicators, so lab coat on, glasses on. In front of me you'll see everything that we need for this lab. We've got 3 beakers, 100 mils, that are labeled 1, 2 and 3. And we have our indicators. Also we have bromethymol blue, we have a turmeric indicator, and we have methyl orange. Over here we have the ring stand that we're going to use with the syringe and stopcock. Similar setup to before. Make sure you can see your levels. We have graduated cylinder. We have sudsy ammonia. We're going to put 20 milliliters of sudsy ammonia into each of these 3 beakers. So let's put 60 mils of sudsy ammonia into the graduated cylinder. Tilt it sideways as you're putting it in. You don't want to get any bubbles. They're a pain to get out. We have citric acid, which we'll be using in a little while. Sometimes I like to use the filter, funnel. And we have our pH meter and buffer solution and a pipette. Stir and distilled water. So let's put the pH meter into the buffer solution. Turn it on. Just make sure we don't need to recalibrate. We're going to put 60 milliliters of sudsy ammonia into this graduated cylinder here. Again, nice and gently. You don't want bubbles, so just run it down the side. And as it gets close, just level it up, check it. Very near. Spot on. Okay. So there's our 60 mils. We'll move the ring stand over. Don't need that just yet. We're going to put some of the indicator into each. So into the first one, it's bromethymol blue. We're going to have 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put half a milliliter of turmeric solution into the second one using a pipette. And into the third, we are going to add 5 drops of methyl orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to each of these, we're going to add 20 milliliters of our sudsy ammonia. So check your level. 20 milliliters here. So do a bit, put it vertical again, check your level. Spot on. Another 20 milliliters. Okay, I'll swirl for each of these. And we have our methyl orange. We know that we've got 20 milliliters left, so try not to get the bubbles in there. Okay, so there are our 3 indicators. Make sure you note the color of these. Okay, clean graduated cylinder. And we're adding 20 milliliters of citric acid, 0.5 molarity. 20 milliliters. just going to take a waste beaker and put it under here. We have to make sure that this is closed, but just in case, the waste beaker will pick up any flow. That's our 20 mils in there. Check the pH of our first one. This takes a few seconds to stabilize, and once it has, we take our measure, and now we're going to slowly open the stopcock, let some of the citric acid drop into our bromethymol blue suds ammonia solution. Okay, and we're going to really observe the color and color changes. So I'll just move the pH meter over. Once you start to see a color change, take a note of it. Also take your pH level and then just work it through dropwise from that initial color change. Just one slow, steady drop. Okay, and now we're watching the pH level change considerably every drop. So keep going until it stabilizes. Okay, so once it's stabilized, then you stop and you've taken your recordings all along the way. You're going to do the same process for beaker number 2 and beaker number 3. Good luck. Okay then, we're going to move on to the second part of this lab. We're going to fill our syringe up to the 30 milliliter mark, and we're using the citric acid for that. Make sure you don't get these mixed up. We add our citric acid in. We know that this is closed, so there's no need to have the waste beaker underneath. Okay. If you do go over that 30 milliliter mark, use your waste beaker, drain off the excess, just so you have a nice clean level to get going on the next section. Now, using the graduated cylinder, we're going to take 20 milliliters of suds ammonia. Again, nice gentle pour, keep it flat initially, and once it starts coming somewhere close, check your level, just gradually ease it back. Next we take a clean beaker, we put the suds ammonia in there, place it underneath. Okay. Let me take our pH meter, just drying off the excess water. Put the pH meter in to get our initial level. And that's at 0.0 milliliters of citric acid added. We're going to add half milliliter increments to the suds ammonia just until we see a change in the pH level. When we see that pH change, reduce the amount to just a drop at a time. Just one drop at a time. Check the level, slow and steady, because once that curve starts to change, you can miss it. It happens within a 2 to 4 milliliter range.